Labor standards are the foundation of fair and safe workplaces. They define the minimum requirements for working conditions, wages, hours, and rights. But who sets these standards? Governments play a crucial role in shaping the rules that protect workers and guide employers. In this video, we'll explore how governments influence labor standards, why their involvement matters, and what happens when these standards are enforced or neglected. Let's begin by understanding what labor standards are and why they're essential for both employees and businesses. Labor standards refer to the set of rules and regulations that govern employment practices. These include minimum wage laws, working hours, occupational safety, and anti-discrimination policies. Governments establish these standards to ensure that workers are treated fairly and workplaces are safe. Without clear labor standards, employees may face exploitation, unsafe conditions, or unfair pay. By setting these rules, governments create a baseline for all employers to follow, promoting equality and justice in the workplace. Role of governments in labor standards has evolved over time. In the early days of industrialization, workers often faced harsh conditions and long hours. Governments began to intervene, introducing laws to protect workers from exploitation. Over decades, these regulations expanded, covering issues like child labor, workplace safety, and equal pay. Today, labor standards are a fundamental part of modern economies, reflecting society's values and priorities. Understanding this history helps us appreciate the importance of government involvement. Governments often create specialized agencies to oversee labor standards. These agencies are responsible for drafting regulations, monitoring compliance, and investigating violations. For example, labor departments or ministries set guidelines for minimum wages, workplace safety, and employee rights. They also provide resources for workers to report abuses and seek help. By establishing dedicated agencies, governments ensure that labor standards are enforced consistently and effectively across industries. One of the primary ways governments influence labor standards is through legislation. Laws are passed to set minimum requirements for wages, hours, and working conditions. Policies may also address issues like paid leave, health benefits, and workplace discrimination. These laws are designed to protect workers and ensure fair treatment. By enacting legislation, governments create a framework that guides employers and provides workers with legal protection. Setting labor standards is only the first step. Governments must also enforce these rules to ensure compliance. Enforcement mechanisms include inspections, fines, and legal action against violators. Agencies may conduct workplace audits or respond to complaints from employees. Effective enforcement deters employers from breaking the law and encourages fair practices. Without enforcement, labor standards lose their power and workers remain vulnerable. Governments also play a role in international labor standards. Organizations like the International Labor Organization, ILO, set global guidelines for fair work practices. Governments may adopt these standards and incorporate them into national laws. This helps ensure that workers' rights are protected worldwide and promotes fair competition between countries. International cooperation is essential for addressing issues like forced labor, child labor, and workplace safety on a global scale. Minimum wage laws are a key aspect of labor standards. Governments set the lowest amount that employers can pay workers, ensuring a basic level of income. These laws help prevent exploitation and poverty among employees. By adjusting minimum wages over time, governments respond to economic changes and protect workers' purchasing power. Minimum wage policies are often debated, but they remain a vital tool for promoting fairness in the workplace. Regulating working hours is another important government function. Laws may set maximum weekly hours, require overtime pay, and mandate rest breaks. These rules protect workers from overwork and ensure a healthy work-life balance. Governments monitor compliance and update regulations as needed. By limiting excessive hours, governments help prevent burnout and promote productivity, benefiting both employees and employers. Occupational safety is a major focus of labor standards. Governments set rules for workplace hazards, protective equipment, and emergency procedures. Agencies may conduct inspections and require employers to address safety concerns. These regulations reduce accidents and injuries, creating safer environments for workers. Occupational safety standards are updated regularly to reflect new risks and technologies, ensuring ongoing protection. Anti-discrimination laws are essential for promoting equality in the workplace. Governments prohibit discrimination based on race, gender, age, religion, or disability. These laws protect workers' rights and foster inclusive environments. Agencies investigate complaints and enforce penalties for violations. By addressing discrimination, governments help create workplaces where everyone has equal opportunities and respect. Paid leave policies such as sick leave and parental leave are often mandated by governments. These rules ensure that workers can take time off for health or family reasons without losing income. Paid leave supports employee well-being and helps balance work and personal life. Governments set minimum requirements and monitor compliance, making sure that all workers have access to these benefits. Collective bargaining allows workers to negotiate wages and conditions through unions. Governments protect these rights by setting rules for union formation and negotiation processes. Agencies may mediate disputes and ensure fair treatment. Collective bargaining empowers workers and promotes dialogue between employers and employees. Government support for these rights strengthens labor standards and workplace democracy. Child labor laws are a critical part of labor standards. Governments prohibit the employment of children in hazardous or exploitative conditions. Agencies monitor workplaces and enforce penalties for violations. These laws protect children's health, education, and development. By eliminating child labor, governments promote social progress and safeguard future generations. Preventing workplace harassment is a government priority. Laws define unacceptable behaviors and require employers to address complaints. Agencies provide resources for victims and investigate allegations. These rules create safer, more respectful workplaces. By enforcing harassment prevention, governments help protect workers' dignity and foster positive work environments. Monitoring compliance is essential for effective labor standards. Governments conduct inspections, review records, and respond to complaints. Agencies may use technology to track violations and trends. Regular monitoring ensures that employers follow the rules and workers receive their rights. By staying vigilant, governments maintain high standards and address emerging issues quickly. Penalties are a key enforcement tool. Governments impose fines, sanctions, or legal action against employers who break labor laws. These penalties deter violations and encourage compliance. Agencies may publicize penalties to raise awareness and promote accountability. By enforcing consequences, governments protect workers and uphold labor standards. Educating workers about their rights is vital. Governments provide information through campaigns, workshops, and online resources. Agencies may partner with unions or NGOs to reach more people. Worker education empowers employees to recognize violations and seek help. By promoting awareness, governments strengthen labor standards and support fair workplaces. Governments also support employers in complying with labor standards. Agencies offer guidance, training, and resources to help businesses understand regulations. Support may include templates, checklists, or advisory services. By assisting employers, governments promote compliance and reduce misunderstandings. This partnership benefits both workers and businesses, fostering a culture of fairness. Public awareness campaigns help inform society about labor standards. Governments use media, events, and outreach to educate the public. These campaigns highlight workers' rights and employer responsibilities. By raising awareness, governments encourage compliance and foster support for fair labor practices. Public engagement is key to maintaining strong labor standards. Labor standards must evolve with changing times. Governments regularly review and update regulations to address new challenges such as remote work or emerging industries. Agencies consult with stakeholders and experts to ensure relevance. By adapting standards, governments protect workers and promote innovation. Continuous improvement keeps labor standards effective and responsive. Globalization presents new challenges for labor standards. International trade and outsourcing can create gaps in protections. Governments must coordinate with other countries to address cross-border issues. Agencies may participate in global forums and agreements. By tackling globalization, governments ensure that labor standards remain strong in a connected world. Technology is changing the workplace, and governments must adapt labor standards accordingly. Issues like gig work, automation, and remote employment require new regulations. Agencies study trends and consult experts to develop appropriate rules. By addressing technological impacts, governments protect workers and support innovation in the labor market. Economic factors influence labor standards. Governments balance worker protections with business competitiveness. Agencies analyze data and consult stakeholders to set fair rules. Economic changes such as inflation or recession may prompt adjustments to minimum wages or benefits. By considering economic realities, governments create sustainable labor standards that benefit society. Labor standards are closely linked to social justice. Governments use regulations to address inequality and promote fairness. Agencies may focus on vulnerable groups such as migrant workers or people with disabilities. By advancing social justice, governments create more inclusive and equitable workplaces, supporting broader societal goals. Engaging stakeholders is essential for effective labor standards. Governments consult with workers, employers, unions, and experts to develop regulations. Agencies may hold public hearings or advisory panels. Stakeholder input ensures that rules are practical and fair. By involving all parties, governments build consensus and strengthen labor standards. Transparency and accountability are vital for trust in labor standards. Governments publish regulations, enforcement actions, and outcomes. Agencies may use online platforms to share information and receive feedback. Transparent processes build public confidence and encourage compliance. Accountability ensures that agencies fulfill their responsibilities and workers' rights are protected. Courts play a significant role in interpreting and enforcing labor standards. Judges resolve disputes between workers and employers, clarify legal definitions, and uphold rights. Governments rely on courts to ensure justice and consistency. Legal decisions may influence future regulations and enforcement practices. By supporting judicial processes, governments strengthen labor standards. Future of labor standards will be shaped by new challenges and opportunities. Governments must anticipate changes in technology, economy, and society. Agencies may develop flexible regulations and innovative enforcement methods. By staying proactive, governments ensure that labor standards remain relevant and effective. The ongoing evolution of work demands continuous attention and adaptation. Summary: governments play a central role in establishing, enforcing, and evolving labor standards. Their actions protect workers, guide employers, and promote fairness in the workplace. Through legislation, enforcement, education, and stakeholder engagement, governments ensure that labor standards reflect society's values and respond to new challenges. As work continues to change, government involvement remains essential for safeguarding rights and supporting progress. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the role of governments in labor standards.